Peace, 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 family. Give us a minute. We got to get everybody in. Yeah, greetings. Yeah, we're getting ready uh, for. We want to share with you. We just to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and we did ritual in ancient land, and we want to share with you the ritual we did in the ancient land, and we want to share some of the quartz that we got back, and share some of the fun and camaraderie that we had. So, just a little summary. Um, went to Hot Springs last weekend. We started that Friday, and we did rituals uh, and sweat lodge Saturday, and we had a nice dinner that Sunday. And we had the opportunity to do sweat lodge. We did 3 nights of sweat lodge. We did a water ritual, a matriarchal ritual, and we were looking at uh, bringing in energy for the new energy coming in. So we did a ritual where we put some of the sisters down on the water and put the heart to the earth, and we shared. Excuse me about that. Well, we shared, and we asked the ancestors to elevate the people that was there so we could get ready for this new energy that's coming to the planet. And so we're getting ready to start in a few minutes. Of course, I got uh, some pictures to share with you, and I got some video I want to share too with the family. What I'm doing is I'm gonna put some pictures in so I can uh, bring some of the people in that want to get in. We're having a little technical difficulty getting folks in, and so give me a minute. I'm gonna run some pictures of some of the things we did. This particular pictures were um, a night where a brother Matt came from Memphis, and you see he helped me build the sweat, but he also came and the brother cooked, and then we did rapé ritual. And give me a minute, let me get everybody in. It was a beautiful ritual. Um, see if we get some more our people in right quick. Um, and they come, because we're dealing with two different time zones. We're dealing with um, Central Time Zone, and also we're dealing with Eastern Time Zone for the most part. And so they should be here in a moment. Let me slow these pictures down for you too. I got them going too fast, but it was very, very powerful ritual that we did, and the place in Hot Spring family is super nice to go to. Uh, just the healing of the water and the uh, when you go there, there's just so much energy that you can get involved in. You know, we also went. The pictures coming up now. We went to this place called Three Sisters Springs, and it was hell. I brought back uh, something like 50 gallons of water. Because the water is so healing. I wanted to make sure I could drink that water, you know. And so, as you see, there's a group picture of us. And I'll try to slow this down if I can. Um, there we go. It slowed down. I apologize for that. Um, the water was so powerful. Um, when you drink, it starts to refresh and replenish your body. You're actually living in a quartz crystal palace. And so, um, within that palace, it's constant healing. You know, just you tapping in and connecting to earth, you get this constant healing from the air that has quartz in it, the water has quartz in it, and the, you know, when you go out and you dig your quartz, you have quartz in it, and the camaraderie you have with the people. It's very special. I had a very good time. Um, Definitely had a good time. A lot of laughter. There was a lot of jokes, us having fun with each other, and and you can't take that away. You can't take that away from you know the definitely can't. You couldn't take that away from what was taking place on the. And so I was hoping that we would have the opportunity to have a few people come on and share with us what their experiences was with hot springs, because this is about my third time going out to hot spring. But this was one of my better trips because I wanted to get some quartz. I wanted to get some quartz to, because I was concerned that there's people that come to hot springs, and if they go and they don't get a lot of quartz, it seems like they won't come back, So um, this particular time, I spent, you know, um, $1,000, and I went down. They take me down into the mine. You're just not doing the surface mine for the $25, but they took me down to the mine, and it was amazing. Um, I was there basically uh, an hour, and in an hour, I pulled out maybe 80 great pieces, commercial grade quartz, and then I brought, you know, hundreds of regular quartz out, even down to the little ones that I could just go sprinkle in my yard. And so it's a very something very special to go and see. If you want to dig, you can dig. You know, the water they have is exceptional. Like that. Definitely, the water is exceptional, and uh, you can. The water is free too. You can just get the water and just drink water. Yeah, free, totally free. And you can drink the water, bring some home, and have it there so you can always, get your healing, like that. So it's a very special place to go. And so there were roughly about 15 of us that, um, I'm sorry, there were roughly about 15 of us that were there at one time. We had some people come in from Memphis, Tennessee, two people. And then we had some Texas came in the house. And my daughter and I, we traveled from South Carolina. And then there was a brother that came from the ley lines of the in St. Louis that came. And so, so powerful, like that. And I'm trying to get it together here. Hold on, y'all. Listen, trying to get the videos together. My plan was to be able to show some video, and now it's going to act crazy, you know. But, you know, when you look at just being able to go out and go somewhere that's healing, it's a great place to go. I had, you know, uh, It was a sister that came that was walking on the cane, and after being there 24 hours, she was no longer using that cane. Yeah, she was no longer using her cane. She was walking around, chilling, and having a good time, and that was so powerful too. You know, very very powerful, and I'm very hopeful that everybody had a good time. You know, like that. So here's some more pictures of sisters and brothers that was getting ready to do the zip line. I'm sorry that it's sideways. And this is the beach where we did the matriarchal ritual at. So and the reasoning behind the ritual that I believe is that we're at a time in that you cannot just be self-elected to be in charge of what's going to take place with the Americas, but the ancestors need to anoint your spirit so that you can actually, you know, raise up. And so, what I tried to do was to um, connect us to that spiritual energy, so that folks could um, elevate themselves, and um, they can start being initiated into what's going to take place on the planet, and that's important because we can run into a time where what's going to take place on the planet, um, from what the ancestors is telling me, is that during this eclipse and thereafter that until the end of the lunar standstill, um, they're they're going to amplify who you are. So if you're committed to your spiritual and raising yourself spiritually, then they're going to amplify you there. And if you are uh, someone that is caught up with um, the other things in life, then they're going to amplify that for you. So our thing was to um, get us elevated. I have a young daughter, and I wanted my daughter to be um, elevated. And I wanted to offer her to the ancestors. I wanted the ancestors to be able to see who she was and, you know, to come into her life and start elevating her to um, to start her indigenous ritual. And I believe that, well, I don't want her to go to school. I want her to a spiritual school. I want the ancestors to communicate with her and train her like they trained me. And I've not been under a human. I, the ancestors teach me through the air, the water, the nature, through animals, and I want my daughter to have that connection, so she know that her vibration is going to be high, and she know that nature will recognize who she is, and you know bring her up, and let her also be initiated like I got initiated into this whole energy. So I went out there to ask the ancestors, you know, to um, connect with her and to continue to deal with her like they've been dealing with her. But I wanted her to be initiated, and I wanted them to bring her into the matriarchal initiation like we did in the old days. So we're successful. I got the opportunity to also, there was another sister that had brought her daughter. So I got the opportunity to initiate that sister and her daughter, which that my daughter and her daughter was the same age. And we got the last night in the sweat lodge. It was the two, my daughter, her daughter, and her mother. And we got a little hot in there, but we definitely got the sweat done. I had them in that sweat lodge. I had their palms to the earth, their heart to the earth, and I initially had them to forgive themselves. So we did that whole thing with the forgiving themselves in the first round. In the second round, I had them visualize um, what they see for their future. And I wanted them to see their future. It's like visualizing, and keep in mind, it's hot in there. So they got to visualize their future and where they were going. And so, it was you know, very, very powerful. Um, and it helped change my daughter. Because I've been teaching my daughter since she was a baby. That at some point on the planet she would be making decisions for the her future, and she'll be making decisions for the nation. So she's always heard that. It's always been a thing where she's been like, blah, 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 yeah, daddy, yeah, daddy, yeah, daddy. But I've been very sincere about um, making sure that she can make those decisions, you know. Excuse me. And people having problems getting in. Yeah. And so she's used to me, telling her that. What she is now used to is she's committed to the energy of it, because yesterday the energy came into her room. You know what I mean? Like that. And she ran downstairs, Daddy, you know, the door moved. It was like a spirit came in and then moved, opened and closed the door like that. And I was like, yeah, it's cool. Just relax and you'll be all right. Like that. And she did it. She was good with it, you know. She she slowly, family, getting used to the energy of spirits coming in and talking to her. Slowly but surely she is. So um I enjoy watching her grow. I enjoy the some of the things that she's learning to do. Even like when I was cleaning the courts, I didn't think she listened to me. And we were trying to find a way to clean my courts. And she was like, well, Daddy, you said that you Sprite like that. And I was like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I went out and got the Sprite, you know. And then, so I got my courts soaking in Sprite because I want to clean them up real good, you know. And so she's, uh, she's getting it. Even though, and I don't say that much to her, she's getting it, you know what I mean? Like that. And that's a good thing that she's just learning from just being around me and understanding the way of life. And she's learning how to be proud of who she is as an indigenous sister, and not necessarily, her being that concerned with being an African American. Or even, when I help her with her history, she'll get taught one thing in school, right? Then we decode it. The latest was, you know, what happened to the Mayans, like that, and the old man, and I just kind of let her know, hey, brother David, I let her know where they was, so she understand. It's like, oh, word, I'm like, yeah. And then I showed her a video of, that. So where they were showing in the video that when there was a volcano where the Olmec lived, so they moved into the America, and they moved. Some of them moved around Atlanta and continued their way of life around Atlanta, and so she was good with that, And I'm like, cool, and because I want her to be proud of who she is, so she has to know what's going on, you know, like that. So I well, I I let her know that you know what you learning in history, you got to add us. Like when we went to a hot springs, and but that's the land of the Washita. When you walk certain streets in Atlanta, I mean in Hot Springs, you see the Washita. They got Washita Street, they got the Washita River, they have the Washita Lake. So you see these things. You just have to change what you see, how they interpret it, you know, like that. But you get the opportunity, and she's gotten the opportunity to go to the land of her people. Originally, my people were from Mississippi originally, and so when when we're very much connected to the land of the Washita. As a matter of fact, at one point, I was a part of a Washita group, so you get to see it, and she got to enjoy, and she got to, um, basically be like, "Wow, Dad, this is it," and I'm like, "Yeah, this is it. This is the land of the Washita. Relax and enjoy." And so, at some point, she accepted her indigenous name. Like I could use her indigenous name, which her indigenous name is Tafani. And normally I can't do that in public. Normally I can't. She prefers, her American name. But, her friend was around, and she accepted her indigenous name. Hello, David. How you doing? Yeah, she accepted her indigenous name, and she she didn't mind me calling it. And that's so important, family. It's so important that we don't let a system that we grew up in, let our children not want to be a part of the new energy. It's so important. Or not, or be anything outside of America, they don't want to be, they don't want to do. So it was really, really, it was the first time that I ever went to a group, and she accepted it. Like, oh yeah, 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 because usually she get on me about it. Yeah. So give me a minute. I got David in. I'm gonna give you a few more people gonna come in like that. And it's because the history is there, the history of our existence. When you go to the land of Washita, that history is there. It's not like they changed it; they just disguise it, and we have to know and be proud of it. And when we talk about going into a new energy, right? You know, what's a better energy than to understand and re-identify with who we really were, like that. And so um it's so cool. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get you, Sister Shabab. Give me a minute here. You got your video off, right? Sister Shabab? Yeah. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hello? Yeah, let's see here. What the hell going on? Auto real text. Auto text on. Can y'all hear me now? Yeah, I'm trying to get this together, man. This thing want to work when it want to work, you know. Let me see if I got him in. I know I got Brother David in like that. Can you hear me, Brother David?
Got me too.
Okay, peace. Who is me too?
Fatima.
Oh, hey, Mama. Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm gonna get your video up like that. Hold on a minute. Uh, you give me a minute. Yeah, it's something. I use OBS, and so family, it's a little more work, but it works. Yeah, browser.
Hey, Daniel.
And I
David.
try to.
Man, David.
Yeah, this ain't taking a long time today. Give me a minute. It's coming. Boom. There we go. Okay, family. What I do, David? You just turned your video off. Okay. Well, what I do is I'll start here. I introduce my first expedition to Hot Springs is Mama. We all call her Mama. She did some zip lining and she came out to get in the energy of the hot springs. Would you like to share some? Hello. I
I'm
better check.
glad that
There we
you
go.
guys had a good time because my first time was just so wonderful. So I know it increased in its value. So I saw all y'all eating and having a good time. I wish I could have been.
Oh, cool. I got somebody got their video dead. Is that you, Sister Vaz, with your video off? If it is, yeah, I guess so. But anyway, she'll come on when she want to come on, like that. But yeah, it was powerful. Mama went last time. She did some zip lining with us. We actually dug some courts. And do you want to share what you like to share about your experiences with the energy of hot springs?
Oh
And these are
wow! Just felt at peace. Um, just body felt good because I'm 77 years old, and the body can mess with you sometimes as you get older. But I had a ball. I had no pains. Um, I hope these trips will get larger and larger with more people. To be able to enjoy hot springs. I enjoyed sitting in the hot baths that they have, the houses there. The food was good. The restaurant. The zip line is what I enjoy.
you have a
The
you have an echo, Mom. Do you have us on computer?
No, I don't have you on there. It shouldn't have an
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. And I think if it's no echo, she Mama did a lot of zip lining when we went out before, and her and my daughter they tried to break a record of the number of zip lines they could do at Ron Coleman. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I was able to let my girl out. Even though you're older, you can let your little girl out and have fun.
It was powerful. Yeah. And it was one of the reasons why I went back because I wanted to go back and see how it would be to dig. So I actually went back and did some digging like that. And it was powerful. Also, I got brother, can you hear me? How's your audio? Brother David?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. Would you like to share your experience of this trip?
For me, it was a new experience. I'm I was introduced with, and I enjoyed it, the connections with the people, and the different experience that I received while I was there at Hot Springs. I enjoyed going down to the river, loading up my bottles of water. Um, I enjoyed the sweat. The first night I got there, I enjoyed the food. I enjoyed everything. I had a blast, you know. So me, I don't got no complaints. I'm in the building, you know. I'm asking when our next one is, you know. 'Cause I'm trying to get ready today.
Okay, we're trying to decide.
How many
You know
people?
what I mean?
How, how many people do we have in the room?
What room is that?
But in the room that in the chat we are in now. How many people are in
Oh,
it?
I
Got
Is it
it.
have.
7? Is it 5? I know I'm
Uh,
in the room.
I ain't got
I
too
don't
much more
know.
to say. I'm kind of done.
Oh, there
You
you
know what I'm saying?
go.
I'm glad I met everybody I met. It was a beautiful experience.
That's his women talk.
Baba you Chico, thank you again for the
Who is that?
experience.
Do you know which one is that?
you're welcome, brother. I truly, you know,
Put your phone
hope you got some out of it. You know what I mean? Because that's the point of it. We went right before we started the eclipse, and so you're gonna get some elevation, you know, like that. And that was a part of it was to be able to get elevated, you know, and be like, yo, you get ready for the clips. You know, things that open up for you, and that's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? So definitely was a positive for me. I got a lot out of it, and I got to do what my bucket list, family. I got to do my bucket list, and that was another thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to, uh, you know, I wanted to go down in the mine. I wanted to see how quartz grow, and I got a good idea of how it grows on that particular hill, and that was so cool. You know, like that. So cool to be able to see how quartz grow. How they grow, you know. Um, how do they get it out? I thought at some point, you know, we'd be going in and a mine. And I got up that morning and ran to get tools. I'm like, we going to the mine, you know. I got to get these tools and everything. And come to find out, I didn't need them. You know, they had everything there prepared for me. They even had the little hole open, and all I had to do was just stick my hand down in the earth and start pulling out quartz crystal. At some point, this video got to work, and once it worked, then I will, you know, I'll show you what happens in the mind. I got another sister that came. She did the final sweat lodge with me, so I want to bring her on. You know, I think I lost her video again, man. You know, look at that. I thought I had it. People keep jumping off and on, but I want to bring on. Are you there, Sister Shabazz? Are you there? You know, I'm catching people off. You there? You know, and sorry about that. You know, and everybody keeps saying the link doesn't work. So what I do is I introduce you to Sister Shabazz. Sister Shabazz, peace and welcome. Peace, peace. You muted, and I can see that your line is muted. Yeah. Your line is muted. Yeah. See if your phone, because we're not getting your audio. Looks like it's saying that your line is muted. Can you hear me? Wow. We did the final sweat together, and that was so cool. We went in with our daughters, and we did sweat, and we worked on the elevation of our daughters. I see you, but I can't hear you. You're muted. Wow, that's crazy. Unless you want, can you go out and come back in? Maybe it'll reconnect. All right, that'll work. Yeah, she'll be right back because we kicked it. We was in there and with the girls, and it's like it's too hot. And then at some point, they were cool with the heat, and we we let them enjoy, and we got them to visualize. We got them connected. And there was another story. It was a couple sisters and a brother that came. The brother came from Miami. The sisters came from Atlanta, and it was very interesting because the um, the sister that came, I took them to a little park next to the Washita River, and I did their matriarchal ritual next to the Washita River, and it was just amazing because after the ritual, and I generally when they do the matriarchal stuff, I have them put their their heart to the earth so that you can central your energy and balance it with the frequency of the plane like that. And when one of the sisters got up, she said that she felt that she was still connected. It was like she felt a string that was still in the earth that had her connected. You know what I mean? Which was it was very powerful. She knew her energy. She knew her matriarchal energy. She knew what that was all about. And she came and just manifest. She was like, "Oh, I'll manifest." And I'm like, "Oh, cool." And so it was powerful to do them. It was an honor for me to wash their feet. It was an honor for me to call out to the answer and the sisters on the beach to call out to the planet to say, here we are. Yes, we can hear you. You sound great. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on a minute. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah. Okay. Now I can bring Sister Matala on and she can share her experiences with it. We got you. Yeah, I was just asking, did you want to share your experiences with the?
my shoe fell off. It was good though. I went so I went zip lining, got some crystals, you know what I'm saying, was able to experience and have fun there. And then we went into the sweat. So the experience that I had with me, brother you and my and Stormy and my daughter, the sweat was the best way to say it was I say like what brother you used the term initiation.
Where
Getting our children, getting our girls in tune with that divine energy so that they can be able to tap in. You know what I'm saying? So, like that was one of the main purposes, and it felt fulfilling to be able to do so. Afterwards, seeing how she was, how they received it, they was open to it. They walked away looking refreshed. So I felt pleased, you know what I'm saying? I felt pleased about that. Now, as far as like meeting everybody, that was like icing on the cake. It was like familiar spirits coming up, talking to the homies again. What up, man? So it was something like that. I definitely was happy about that. And it always feel good when you meet kindred spirits. So that was good. We broke bread. We was in a it was a whole zone. The homies in it had crystals all around, so the energy was just like, you know what I'm saying, there on point. I enjoyed myself. I'm looking forward to the next one. And what really fun is that I'm looking to do some of those type events for myself. So when I reached out
did
to
a
you,
lot of people did a lot of people have a hard time uh getting in like I did?
I was looking up. Was I breaking up too?
What you say, Mama? You not by your mic.
I said did a lot of people have a problem getting in? I did.
Did you hear her?
It's breaking up. No, I didn't. Can you reiterate what she said? Because I didn't hear.
Say it again, Mama.
That said that a lot of people have a hard time getting in.
It's breaking up real bad on my end.
Yeah, your video is breaking up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
But that's all I had wanted to share. I'm trying to do what you saying. I can't hear.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna bring y'all all in, you and David, and we all be together. If you want to share, like, in family, it was like a reunion, because the first 2 nights, we did rapé, we did cleansing, we got the drum cleansing, we did our sage cleansing, we ate. The brother Matt came from Memphis, Tennessee, and the brother helped me put up the sweat. Then he threw down, like that brother threw down. And the second night that he cooked, he had us eating with our hands. So we ate as a family with our hands. That was really, really powerful. So it was really nice. And um, it was good because Sister Matala we hadn't been acquainted for a couple years. And so when I called her, she was like, "Man, I'm coming." She like that. And she ended up coming. And she brought her cousin with a TT, which I hadn't sweated with TT in a while, quite some time. It'd been 2 or 3 years since we sweated together. So it was powerful to see her. It was powerful. The most part was, like that daughters, getting our daughters. They the future. They're gonna bring it in the earth. And so bringing our daughters in and connecting them to spirit. You know what I mean? Like in the old days, so that they can start to make decisions for the planet. That was extremely important to me. And so um, definitely was beautiful for my daughter to experience her daughter, because her daughter makes my daughter a little more aggressive and enjoy life a little bit more. So it was cool because I know it was kind of instrumental since her daughter was there. Then my daughter accepts her indigenous name, and that was so cool for her. And they got to zip line together. And I'm not getting my video working. I'm sorry about that. I was trying to get my video working, but it was good for my daughter to have a companion with her and sharing what she was doing. Uh, I personally believe that eventually the ancestors is going to appoint uh, some matriarchs to be a part of honoring the trust and making decisions for the planet after the days of darkness that's coming. And so it's important to prepare them for that and allow, they start to think a certain way and keep them, you know, knowing I always reinforce with my daughter that, you're going to make decisions for the planet. You're going to make decisions for the planet. Because it's small joke, but, I was talking to mama the other day and, she was going some places that I didn't want to hear. Your camera too high, mama. Can you turn your camera down a little bit? Or your neck up? Don't be a giraffe. She was saying some things that I didn't want to hear about when your daughter gets a certain age, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't want to talk about that. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, and I'm a dude, and it's like, nah, I don't even want to envision that kind of stuff with my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, nah, we can't talk about that today. And so, um, but it's good that, I appreciate mama because once she met my daughter, she tries to instruct me on some of the things that I ain't ready to deal with. You know what I mean? Like that. I had enough time, you know, trying to buy bras. So I wasn't ready for when she get 20, what she gonna do with her husband. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, that ain't cool. You know, husband, shit. So yeah, yeah. So she was trying to break me in, and that's all good. But I was like, I ain't ready for that. Don't even want to hear it. But it's cool that which I do appreciate the indigenous sisters that not only helped me until my mother transitioned, but they offer a lot in terms of just helping with me and you know the things I need to learn about a woman because I'm raising a woman. So that part I really enjoy. I just wasn't ready for that subject that mama was giving me was a little bit too advanced at the time. I'm like, I ain't ready for that. That's too advanced, but I appreciate it. And go ahead.
Yeah, you went berserk. 'Cause I was sharing.
Yeah, it's hard to hear
I
you.
have to say personally, my father, if you want to put it, being down to earth, I was his little road dog because I was the only child for 30 years, and I learned a lot from my dad. And I learned how to cook from my mother. But the most important thing is and when we were in the military, my father was in the military, and when we were in Spain, the ladies that took care of the house, they taught me to how can I say? They taught me how to fix things elegantly for dinners, and they taught me about men and women and all of that. And I was just 12 years old, and it gave me it grounded me out as a young lady. And there's certain things that we must instill in our young women, that her vessel is very important, and it's only for her to touch until that important time of um, the union in marriage. Um, I was my parents were Christians. I became a Muslim in 2000. No, in 1992. So there's just certain things that our young ladies have to learn how to do, how to take care of themselves, how to present themselves. So, and they can get that from women, you know.
I got you. But yeah, I
I
appreciate it. I
just
just think it's
got off
a
at,
little bit advanced for me, but yeah, I
you
appreciate it.
know.
I got you. Well, one thing I
Where
wanted
did the lady go?
say that again. See, I'm good.
There was another young lady that was there. Maybe she has something to say. Maybe she has something good to say. It would be good, but she's not. She's not there now.
I got something to say.
Sure, go ahead.
What you
I want to
say?
say,
What you say?
huh? What did you say?
What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying?
I said I got something to say.
Go ahead.
I just want to say thanks for Matt, Medina, you know what I'm saying? Brother Divine, myself, and Brother Yusico, all the men that attended the sweat. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out to those guys because every one of them was amazing in their own way. You know what I'm talking about? And without those guys, us, you know what I'm saying? I believe that it went it wasn't possible, you know. So I just want to say shout out to all the men that attended.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mm.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I enjoyed the mix. I think we had a nice mix of, you know, male energy and female energy. So like even when we did the ritual where we went to the beach and did that ritual, you know, it was very powerful. You know what I mean? Like that. So I appreciate you for coming. You know what I mean? Like it's important to me. You know what I mean? For us to share in the energy. Because Hot Springs for me is my homeland. You see what I mean? So by it being my homeland, you know, I be at home. You know, I take my daughter back to the homeland, you know, like that. And so it's a it's very important for me to go there. And, you know, to enjoy the healing that comes along with it, you know, I can't complain about that either. I truly can't complain about that. You know, the first time I did this with mama, you know, I was suffering with cancer and was having a hard time walking. And after I drank that water, you know, 30 minutes after I drank that water, family, I was feeling better. My regret was when I drank the water, I was um I was like 60 miles from Hot Spring. So then I went back, start researching water similar around the Carolina, and I found three different wells where I could actually go get that water, not bottled and exclude, and I drink that in the house exclusively. You know what I mean? It's interesting because recently Sister Jewel Program, she was on a Black Magic show and she talked about drinking water that has the silica, the quartz in it, and how important it is. And most of the water around hot springs has quartz in it. So it's really, really good. It's really, really healthy. If you can find a strain, then it's good to start drinking that type of water. Boom. Yeah, because it does something for you. It does something for your body. It helps heal your body, like that. And I want to show you one unique place now that I'm here. They have some very unique places that you can, around hot springs, you can go get water. But one we found, we didn't discover it, but one we found uh, was a well called Three Sisters, and it was very powerful. So I got the opportunity to bring some of that water home with me, too. Uh, Nothing like the Three Sisters well to get water that will help cleanse you and keep you going, keeps you vibrant, and it's just healthy, you know. Another thing that we did, I'm getting to the pictures. I got to do this on the fly, you know, but here are some of the pictures that we had after we did our ceremony. Uh, Baba Divine got in this water, and the water like 32 degrees. And unfortunately, I was doing ritual, so I couldn't show you what the people was doing. But I can show you that there was people that's actually out in this water. Let me slow it down for you. And they were out there cooling in the water. And they weren't just standing around in it. They were actually in it for a minute. And the water out there at that time of the year is about 32 degrees because, so it's winter. And it was fascinating to see that folks would get in that water as part of their dedication to our ritual. They were out there swimming in the water. And I was like, oh, that's so powerful. Yeah, it was powerful. And that's their dedication to uh, them being in hot springs, you know. And I was amazed. I couldn't do it, but I could personally, I just can't walk in the cold water at all. I have to um, dive in or nothing. You know, that's just plus for me. But it 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 increased the camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm trying to get to this one. It's a water source they have. Hold on a minute. It's called Three Sisters Spring. And right there it is. This is a picture of Three Sisters Springs. And if you can see in the background, you'll see that these three springs is so different too, because they're so close together. They're within 5 feet of these three springs, and they come out the ground. The water runs perpetually, and the three springs cure different parts of your body. And that is so unusual. And so you read in the 1800s, the early 1900s, that people used to come to hot springs and they would swim in the three springs. And like some of the other healing springs throughout the United States, they would come to hot springs and get healed. You know what I mean? So I brought back, about 40 gallons of water. And I made sure I got that particular water source. And so powerful. So powerful. You know, and that's another thing that's so special about being out there. Now, I'm gonna try to show you what another thing I did, because I was concerned that folks come out to hot springs and they go to certain places and dig, you know, and some of those mines, when you pay the $25, $30 and you do surface mining, you don't get the rewards of the courts. So you just generally don't come back. You know, a lot of people that have gone, they don't come back because it's like, I'm going out there and dig for 6 hours in the dirt. I'm not going to get nothing out of it. A few pieces of quartz. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what I did was it was my bucket list. I wanted to go out and mine, so I paid a little bit more to have a personal private dig. And this particular mine is called a Vaughn, and it's the mine that will let you have your private dig. And it starts about $1,000, but they'll let you split it with three different people, and it goes up depending upon what you want to spend, like that. So I paid $1,000. I was in that mine maybe an hour, y'all. And this is kind of sort of what I got. Let me see if I can show you. Camera don't want to turn around. Boom. There we go. There we go. So, and this isn't a third of the quartz I got. They're big quartz like that. Some of them, there's my mother's picture right there. It's across the table. You see some of the quartz is so clear you can almost see her face in the quartz. Here's a good one right here, like that. You can look right through that quartz and look into my mom's picture. And so, it, it was worth it, and it makes you want to come back because now I want to do the $3,000 dig because I want to my quartz, but this is a third of my bounty. This is some of the commercial grade quartz that I got. Most of it is clear. They're a nice size, like that. And some of them are so beautiful, that they shimmer like this one. This one, it's pretty nice. I hold it in my hand so you see the size of how big it is, like that. And, you can angle it, look through it, see my mom's face right there, so you can see through her face. Right, that's how clear that quartz is, and it's nice sized quartz. So um, here's another big piece right there in my hand. Commercial grade, comes out clear as a bell, like that. And then I was saying that this was my prize, like that. It was just, I remember seeing the tip of it and pulling it out and saying, oh my God, this is like a paperweight because it sits up. It's a nice cord. Hold it in my hand so you get some idea of how big that quartz was. And so, and this what makes you want to come back. Plus the fact, if you snabby with the internet, then you can make your money back for some of the trip because you can just put them online and sell them. Because that's what they're doing. Originally, when I went out there, it was because I saw a lady in with a truck and she had a basket load of quartz. And I'm like, where did you get all that quartz up? We was getting quartz about the size of maybe if we got lucky, we'd get quartz about the size of a dime, and then she told me they paid extra and then they got the personal dig. And the nice part about the dig is you don't bring any tools. They have all the tools for you. And then they open it, the hole up for you. Because you're on the side of a hill and they just open up the side of the hill for you. And you just dig away. He's right there. He's not really monitoring what the quartz you get. He's more helping you like a second set of eyes to ensure that you see the quartz. And it was funny, I must say, because um, there was a lot of quartz that I normally would take at Ron Coleman's mine that I didn't pay attention to at this mine. I just shoved that out the way because I wanted this. I was looking for the big clear quartz, and you could tell the clear quartz because in the dirt it looks black. The tip of it looks black, and so then you have to just dig it out. And once you dig it out, the, that quartz comes out so crystal clear and pretty. You know what I'm saying? And you was like, man, oh man, I was happy. And I still got buckets. Like I still got a bucket. I got a bucket over there right there that's half full of quartz that I got sitting in Sprite because Sprite is one way you can get them real clean when you scrub them in Sprite. So I got still got that bucket to clean. And then way over there, you see that bag right there, family? That why that bag is sitting up like that is because it's got quartz in it. I got to clean that too. So, the going out there, spending the little extra money, you get the type of quartz that you want that you can bring home. Like I can get my $1,000 back just on the table. But it was the experience, and let me tell you why the experience is so deep. Because what happened is I wanted to know how quartz grows, so I was thinking that we go in this well, and while we in that well, I mean, in the mine, and you got on the light on your head. I took a light for my helmet and a pickaxe and a sludge hammer, and come to find out that we was mining on what they call Mount Ida. And Mount Ida is about the elevation of Atlanta, which Atlanta is like 940 feet, roughly in some area. Where I'm at is 999 feet. Well, Mount Ida is about 950 feet. And up the center of this particular hill, that quartz grow up the center of the hill, and it branches out like a tree. And I wanted to see that because I never imagined that quartz grew like that out the earth and it would grow that high. Probably places that grow higher than that. And so um, when they walked me down, I was about 20 feet down, and they had the hole nice and open for me. And in an hour, I was full. But I got to see the shafts that come out from the main shaft. I got to see the quartz breaking off. You know what I mean? And I didn't have to break anything off. He took a hammer drill and broke one piece off, and it was a big cluster. So he broke that cluster off for me, with a hammer drill. But I didn't do any work. And when you get like some of the quartz that I got, he actually wraps what he knows is commercial grade quartz. He wrapped it, he puts it in the basket for you. Then he helps you with some of the other stuff. So I actually filled up like two small laundry baskets of quartz that I got and brought back. And it's fascinating. Actually, it did the opposite. I thought it was my bucket list, and I was like, okay, I get this out of my system. But I woke up this morning wanting to spend the $3,000. For the simple fact that I was down 20 feet in hit quartz, but the more you pay, the farther down they take you in the hill. And the quartz grows up, so it's aging. So the farther down you go, then that means that you're gonna run into some quartz that's older. You know what I mean? Like that quartz, because that guy was saying that quartz been up there a couple 100,000 years, and the first person that touched it was me, which I didn't let nobody touch it for 24 hours because I wanted to just to resonate with my energy. And so that part of it is fascinating to me too, to have quartz that have grown that can be older than America, that the only person that touch it is me, you know. But I do want to spend the $3,000 because I want to go further down on the hill and get me one of them big 10-inch ones, about 4 inches wide. I want to be able to dig one of those and stuff. And I was trying to run video so that you can see, have the experience. It's just that I don't know. This thing is just don't want to work today for some reason. It really don't. But um, it's a it's a good experience. It's a really good experience. Yeah, I enjoyed it as one of the highlights that I had. You know, that was one of my highlights. There were other highlights. That after if people got there the this third day, that was a highlight because that's when it turned into like a family reunion. You see what I mean? Like that. And that was so cool too because it turned into people after we did the dig, we had fun, like that, and that was so cool too. laughing and joking, and you know, and eating and then enjoying life. That was so cool too. I really did enjoy that. But I'm trying to get to work, y'all. This young thing don't want to work for me. Just want to embarrass me today. But um, I would recommend anyone to go. When you have that type of chords, it resonates hard for you. Um, you can put your intentions in it, and as long as we're in a lunar standstill from 24 to 25, and that moon is going to be at its highest point, and it probably go through 12 full moons. And so you're going to get the most powerful pull on yourself in this quartz during this eclipse and that lunar standstill, because the moon is going to be so high. And by it being that high, it's going to change the angle of how it bounces off the sun and how it radiates that energy back to the earth. And that's going to be a very, very powerful thing for you to be able to get out, set your quartz out, let it draw the energy for you, or just starting to hold two quartz in your hand and do your ritual and meditate. And so I'm sold with it. Definitely sold with it. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to find it, y'all. Here we go. Maybe I can get it this way. I'm gonna try. Give me a minute. I can get it this way. I'm on it. Yeah. So I really want you to see the quartz itself. And how it resonates. Let's see here. Can y'all see it now, family? And this is the little hole.
This is the view.
Yeah.
Can I film? Oh, y'all did? Wow. Look at that shit. Look. Oh, my goodness. That's what I'm talking about. Look at it. See what I mean? Yeah. Wow. Look at that. Look at that, family. Let me show that. I'm supposed to do a YouTube show tonight. Man, that's powerful. And that's how they grow on there. Like that. So which end was connected? Or?
Down here on the bottom.
Okay.
Right,
okay, right there. Okay. I got you. Man, that's beautiful.
big.
Yeah.
See how we just
That's amazing. Okay. Yeah. Here's the view, family. For those of y'all that can't wake up.
See, that's all the quartz.
Man. I didn't know what to imagine either. Like, how would it be? What would be in the tunnel? Or, you know what I mean? How does quartz grow? Yeah. So y'all have any idea why it grows here? Like that?
Yeah, so the crystals apparently was water that was rich in silica, roughly 400 million years ago.
Hopefully you got to see some of the video, the 3 videos, like that. But that was definitely an experience to see quartz just falling out, like rain, and you pulling them out, wiping them off, and putting them in there. Were y'all able to see it? I can't tell. There's Miss TT. Hold on. Let me bring. I got one more sister. This is a very beautiful sister that that is. She makes things okay because she always has humor with her, always, and so I was happy that she came because I I like to laugh. You know what I mean? And one thing about this particular, we did a lot of laughter, a lot. And you know, maybe she might have a Grinch with her like that. We'll see what happens. Give me a minute, I can get her in right quick. Her video coming. And they come. Here we go. Sister TT, peace. Can you hear me? We can't hear you. Well, that's it. Hold on a minute. Let me see. Make sure you're not muted. It could be. No. It's just a signal strength, but you're not muted. Try it again. Can you hear it? Okay. Well, check to see if you're muted. If you're not muted, we're not getting any void from you. Okay. You do hand signal. But yeah, Sister TT came briefly, and I'll tell you that we did sweat before in Columbia, South Carolina. So when she said she was gonna come, I was like happy because that sweat was too short. So I was like, man, I owe her a good hot sweat, you know, like that. And so I was hoping that, you know, we got the sweat and a good hot sweat so that she can enjoy it. But she resonated with the city, from what I understood. You know, she's also one of the sisters that when we got up from the beach, she spent some quality time with the queen of the Washita in the river, you know, so she enjoyed and balanced herself with that energy. And so it was powerful. Um, and, you know, overall, you know, good participant in what we were trying to do. Yeah. But just have fun. And you know, one thing I love about it, family, is that the sisters participated. You know, like they got in that water, they participated in uh some of the things we were doing. And it wasn't like they were just I'm just here. No, they participated. And that made it so special, you know, to see them out there chilling in the water and the belief thing, because of the point being is that, you know, you got to make a commitment to spirit. You know what I'm saying? If you come out, you make a commitment to spirit, and so they can see where you at, what's in your heart. And so when they got in that water, that was a part of them making a commitment to their spiritual energy. To and I thought that was so powerful. You know, that type of commitment to um, spirit world. And so, you know, I, even though I didn't get in there, you know what I'm saying? But when you see like with this picture, boom, you can see them in the water like that. Hopefully, right there, they don't want to stop for me. But you can see this is where we was finished putting our heart to the earth, and then they decided with Baba Divine to put your spirit in water. I can't hear you for some reason, TT. I can't hear you. Yeah, I don't know why. You muted. You got your phone muted. Yeah. And I can't unlock it when it's on your end. Word. I don't know. Go down on the screen where you see the and tap at the bottom of your screen, and it should be some control buttons at the bottom, and you can unmute it from there. Yeah, the little button. Don't hit nothing though. You know, please don't hit nothing. Yeah, but that was the beautiful thing about it. You know that with what's going on the planet, sisters and brothers want to know what to do. You see what I mean? They'd be like, "Yo, I want to know what to do. What do I do?" And then they want to connect. They want to be connected, like that. And so when we went to Hot Springs, that was my goal, was to try to work with the sisters and brothers. Let's get connected. That's how we connect, in a very, very special land. You know, when the empress went to the United Nations, they told her that they were one of the oldest tribes in the America, and that was the Washita. There was never a Louisiana Purchase. The French, the empress's grandmother married a white guy that was French, that put the recorded the deeds in France, but what he sold America was really just the barracks. That was it. He didn't sell the Louisiana Purchase. And then the empress went to the Supreme Court, and she won back like 666,000 acres of her land, but then she couldn't take it, you see. So what they did in Hot Springs is they used the French spelling of the Washita, which is with a Q, like that. So they used the French spelling of it to throw people off. You see, so they basically just threw people off by saying, okay, we'll just spell it the French way. And folks didn't know that, they had those, that land was the land of the Washita. Very, very powerful. You see what I'm saying? And so what we did, we just went to our homeland, basically. We went to our homeland, and and we did our ritual. you know I call it the queen, because there's a lot of our ancestors that probably transitioned in the waters off in the Washita River, especially when they were coming through and just murdering all my brothers, indigenous brothers and sisters, for the land. And so it was a beautiful thing to even take some sisters back, you know. And so let's get on the earth, put your heart on the earth. Let's say connect, y'all. Let's connect. And then the ancestors gave me this saying that I had the family do, and it always, so we, in all our rituals at the end, we always said we was here. We always told the ancestors, like, we here, we're waiting, we're here. We didn't travel from these destinations. We're here. We want you to lead us and guide us and come into our life. And so, and I know they're here. I know they're here for the simple fact that, my daughter had a spiritual visitation, like that. And so it's a thing where we, it's like the original going back to who we are, going back to our manifestation, you see, like that. And that's so, so powerful, that we begin to let nature and our ancestors guide us. Here again is some folks who will do some, they're going on the zip line, which is fun, like that. The sisters went on the zip line. And those are two sisters from Atlanta that came down with the Baba came down. And again, of course, you see Sister Montala there, and they give you these instructions on what to do before they let you go out there and go down. And of course, we have to have a photo section. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get some more here. Oh, here's one. I think this is a good zip line if y'all can see it. This is my daughter and Amani. So that's Tufani and Amani going out and zipping. Yeah. And that's the mine at Ron Coleman, where you can, they let you zip over the mine where they're mining. Like that. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I did it a couple times myself. I enjoy zip lining, you know. But I think it was with them, it was a wind blowing toward them, so it stopped them. So they didn't go all the way down to where you land at, you know. Sorry about the angle. I tried to get it to change. It just don't want to change for me, you know. Yeah, but and it's beautiful. If you see when I span back, you see how beautiful the mountains are out there. very beautiful, very relaxing. I mean, the town is 37,000 people, like that. So the town itself is, is off the chain beautiful, you know, and you be in the hills just chilling out. And this some video of when we started building the sweat lodge. So me, I use pallets for the wall. Then I put some support across for the lodge there, and we sweated. I got to work on my sweat a little bit more. I wanted to make it more like a steam room, like that. But for the most part, by the third day, it was working. The sweat lodge was working, and we got to connect, and it's nothing like that, when you in sweat and uh, you suffer through that heat, you know what I mean, and try to focus, and you're trying to meditate. It's nothing like sweat lodge. I must say, I enjoy it. I got an offer from Mama Az to to go out to Arizona and build lodge. Even though I really want to go to Memphis because one of the sisters, Camille, she she shared with us all the mountains that's around Memphis, Tennessee, this longitude and latitude, and so I want to go out and do ritual out there with her and brother Matt and whoever show that and it's a few hours from Hot Springs itself, but I want to go do some ley line. I want to do sweat on ley line. So hopefully we get that together, or I'll go to Arizona with Mama Az and do some sweat lodge there because I remember been talking about going out to that park for years, and so if we make it out there, it'll be solid. Yeah, definitely solid. Let me see if I can. Maybe I might can show you some more pictures like that. Of some of the other things that we did, you know. And there was some other fun things that we did, but very powerful. To build, to eat and drink with people, to be able to let spirit manifest in you. Yeah, it's very powerful. I love it. I'm gonna show you this one too, because this was another ritual we did that was cool. And I ended up going in the backyard with the sister that sent me this, and we did a ritual with her. I did a ritual with her, and she was, like that caller said, I'm in the backyard, but she wanted to come to Hot Springs, but just her schedule didn't allow for her to come, so and hopefully she'll come to the next one, like that. And very good. Have a very good time, and it reinvigorates you because like I say, is imagine living in the Quartz Palace, so it definitely reinvigorates you to go out, you know. And one thing I found this time, I didn't get a chance to do it, but next time I am because I never make it to the bathhouses. But the next time I'm going to just get some of the water and put it in the bathtub with me, and just soak in the bathtub with the hot springs water. And I didn't take a picture, but they got it so nice for you because they have it with spigots. So you you just bring your bottles, right, and fill the spigot up, and the water stay hot for a minute. It ain't like the water um, gets it gets cold. I know I had some water in the thermos and it stayed hot even when I got back here on Friday. And so slow this down for you, I think. And That's what we got. Some of them a little sideways. I can't help that. I'm still learning. But here's what I was talking about, their dedication to the lodge, and they're coming out. One of the pictures you see is you see the money because we burnt ancestor money while we was out there, and it was awesome to burn that ancestor money, and um, it was good too just to help, because I funny that next day I went back out, and the friend that I burnt the ancestor money with, she and actually she my ancestor money was still there by the beach. So I took a picture of it for her, and it was, I'm like, your ancestor money still gonna manifest, not and leaving some of the energy. But she was so kind because she left, she gave a pretty good bit of ancestor money for us, and that was cool. So here is that group right there in that water. I'm sorry, this thing keeps moving, but they're there. I'm gonna go back, not fast enough. But that was the group that's in the water, like that. I don't know how they took that with their camera, but it came out that way. But very, very powerful. And you have to applaud them because that water is cold. That water 32 degrees. And so for somebody to get into that water when it's that cold, I applaud them for it. That's a picture of the ancestor money. So I gave some, and they all burnt some ancestor money, like, and that was cool too. So that was our journey, and it was a very, very powerful journey, and it could have been very rewarding. I hope it was rewarding for everybody. But definitely, I remember, family, you can go get some quartz. If you want your own quartz that nobody has put their hands on, yeah, you can go get some quartz that nobody has touched. And that's so powerful, because it ain't like I'm really deep into, don't touch my quartz or put your energy in it. But this was such a new experience that because the one that did get touched, I gave it to Baba, was this one. This course told me that they wanted him to put some energy in it, and so that next morning I got up and asked him to put some energy in it for me, like that. But most of the others, the only person that's touched them is my daughter, because she helped me clean them, like that. And then it's funny because after I after I started cleaning them, I realized this right there. You see it? And so it's like it looks like mine. It was almost, turn that down, please, baby. It was almost like me and my daughter both got a paperweight. It's just hers is smaller, much, much smaller. But they both stand, and they both stand at the same angle. If I show you, they almost both at the same angle. You see, like that. Because mine is there, and then that's my daughter's right there. And you see the light going through it, so it's shining. Yeah. But so it was powerful. And they got to be clean. I got to clean them some more, get all that little dirt, like it's a little dirt up under there. I get out. And they told me, they had me go get a type of cleanser for it. But it's nice sometimes when you walk through at night and you see them shining like that. And that look like a bottle top, like glass, like clear glass. Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing. So, in your journeys, you know, think of Hot Springs as a place to go. Think of Hot Springs as a place you may want to go take your children. We're going to go through a dark time. I was trying to get Jedi to come on, but, I did everything in the last minute, so I couldn't get her to come on. But we're going to go through some dark times. You see what's going on now in America. And so it's a good time to get connected with your ancestors so you can hear them and let them protect you. Because, we're going to need some protection. And so um, that's what we got out there. but starting to do ritual for protection to get ready for the new energy. But before we go through the energy, we're going to go through a slither where a lot of people may have death or energy, like that. And so it's a good time to get connected wherever you go. This full moon, this eclipse, that's a new moon. And so in the new moon, that's when we usually do our intentions. And so with this new moon, put your intentions out. There's people that saying it's evil, whatever. But during this new moon, put your intentions out. If you can go to totality where it get dark, it's a beautiful experience to be midday. This full moon is going to start about 1:50. And it's a beautiful experience that something gets so dark that you can't see, your hand when it reaches out. And it's very, very powerful because when it goes dark, that means it's changing the electromagnetic field around you, which helps you to get your prayer out. It's changing how your body feels because you're used to a constant electromagnetic energy and it's going to get blocked. And it's going to be a maximum pull. So, and then after that, it's going to open up and then it's going to start, the northern lights may turn on, because the top of the planet is where you get that energy and it creates what they call the northern lights. And also remember, if you get a chance, check out the lunar standstill so you understand what's going on with that. And in the evenings or at nights, protect yourself because they sending out a lot of negative energy, you know, like that. So you want to protect yourself, your kids. My caveat is to know where your kids are around full moons. It's important, just in case something go down, you know, like that. And I don't want to get off into who doing ritual or whatever, but just knowing where your kids are, because it's some things that they have shown me. It happened around the full moon, and so that. I mentioned Jedi. I spoke with Jedi, and she called me while I was in lodge. She was like, put out the warning for people to watch being in tall buildings. And she's saying that there's going to be such a pull from the sun in some of the tall buildings that folks may have problems with the concrete. And, some of the buildings may start to sway. So if you can stay out of tall buildings for a while, stay out of tall buildings. And with that, I appreciate y'all coming. And I think I'm supposed to say something. Oh, the sister who sold large, they had to get a truck last year. Oh yeah, that was for you. There was a brother that was up in Ron Coleman mine, and he saw a piece of quartz and quartzite, mostly quartzite, and he wanted to take it home. But and that Ryan Coleman, if you can haul it, you can take it, right? But they use most of those bows they use as like guardrails so that they won't drive or you won't drive over the road because you're gonna hit this big piece of quartz. And so the brother decided to try to put that quartz in the sister's truck. And ultimately, it was too heavy for him to put it in her quartz, put it in her truck. So he ended up leaving it and dumping it in the indigenous yard like that. It was interesting, very interesting. But please go if you dig some quartz in and and research, because two of the brothers I was with up there on the mine, these brothers they they mine all over the world. So when it came to North Carolina, them brothers was telling me all good spots to go try to get diamonds and rubies and all of that stuff. So I had a good time just that hour that we sit up there and talk. And this brother's showing me about diamonds and rubies. Like it's some places close to me, right, where I could go and pick up some diamonds and rubies, but you got to do a little work, wading in water and stuff like that. But, you know, I may go because I knew I met a guy up in North Carolina in Asheville that he was telling me a place to go, but you had to like walk up this river and you had you sneak and try to get it before you got on this farmer's land. So it, it's definitely some place where if you want to go to get some ports in the Carolinas, or if you want to go, because I want to go get me Herkimer. You know what I mean? Uh, so I want to go get Herkimer, but I got to get my energy up for the Herkimer, like that, because the Herkimer it's a little more working ball with the Herkimer to get the Herkimer diamonds up, a little more work. Because they say that's one of the hardest stones, so you got to go in, you got to bust that Herkimer out, them georbs, and they say the Herkimer is one of the hardest stones to bust out. So, but I shall go. And then what I'll do is I'll leave y'all with this. This is another video at the top of the hill. See that big piece? That's one of the arms that come off the quartz like that. And so these brothers were. This is some of the pieces. See the black? That black? Yeah, that's a crystal clear because they look black, but they're crystal. So and you just start peeling them out. See how dark there is there? That's the ones that's crystal clear. And that's the quartz. That's how much quartz is there, you know. And so they were showing me uh some of like their big old pieces of quartz right there, huge pieces, right? Yeah, that they got out. I should have took that one with me, man, like that. But some of the quartz is there is outstanding. And them guys make money. They make money up there. They're telling me about some of the money that the people spend, spend $10,000 and then they make $100,000, like that. Especially now because sports is so, and that's my bounty. That's what I brought back, right there. I think it's just one piece missing, so super, super, super nice, super nice. I enjoyed it. And I gave that piece away. That was a nice piece I wanted. I gave it to the brother where we stayed, you know, and I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all. My little bucket list, yeah, I don't regret it. Trust me. It's definitely um, a good time, you know, and they don't, you see here. You see this? This is the washing. If it's showing, then that's where you go to wash. Of course, they have a screen with a water hose, and before you leave, they dump it all out. And see all those little pieces I brought back with me too. So he left them there, and I was like, I want to take them. And that's the piece I gave to the brother. I just, he liked it, so I gave it to the brother. Like that. It's pretty nice. It's pretty big piece, big old, you know. But that's it. Like, yeah, very powerful. You know what I mean? And it was worth. I love that piece right there too. I love that piece. I gotta find it. I don't know where it's at, but I know it's there somewhere in the bucket. You know. And the guy was cool. They were such a good guy. You know what I mean? Like a great guy. And so the brothers, they instruct you in such a way that you know you. Oh, how did the area form crystals? Um, it's hot water there. A lot of hot water, a lot of volcanic water there, and pressure like that. And that's and the hot water and the pressure that did a lot for growing the quartz at that time. Because what they're saying on Mount Ida, the quartz is not growing anymore. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't have that pressure on it. You see what I mean? And but I mean it's 900 feet. Man, can you imagine if those people strip the side of that mountain off and get to all that quartz? I think they do it a little at a time. Can you imagine uh, if thunder hit Mount Ida with that quartz being in the middle of it? how it make you resonate. You know, that's so powerful. Go back out here. I'm on the show, please. Yeah. And so that part of it is so powerful. You know, that if you went up there and you played music on that quartz, then it's gonna resonate. Everything resonates there. You know what I'm saying? And you'd be surprised how quickly your body get used to it. But you're there if you accept it. You're gonna be at a higher level when you come out. Because it resonates down to your bones. Yeah, I enjoy it. I definitely enjoy that. But anyway, I'm not gonna hold y'all much longer. I think I've been on here almost 2 hours. But I appreciate y'all coming and listening. And I hope at some point you'll go somewhere and dig or find a mine somewhere around you and dig some quartz. You know, you won't regret it. Or dig some kind of gemstone that only you have touched that there and it has your energy. Because it's powerful. You know what I mean? This full moon, I will be kicking it. And I took like uh 25 little pieces and I put them on in my bed because I make what you call, let me see here. I make what you call a frequency blanket. You see what I mean? So, and with my frequency blanket, I can change the frequency of my blanket to whatever frequency I want. Another picture is like, see how I changed the frequency? I changed the frequency there. I make a frequency. So I put maybe 25 pieces of quartz and then I'll just keep changing the frequencies till I find the optimum frequency. So when I go to sleep, I'll just resonate at a higher level. And the quartz it will multiply that frequency I add to my blanket. Because right now I got it at 120 hertz, but then that's the frequency of the sun. Some say a certain point. And so, and also around 110 to 120 hertz, that's the frequency of your frontal lobe where you can have visions. And so there's times when I put my blanket at 110 hertz, and boom, visions come. And if I'm having problems sleeping now with the quartz, I'll put it at 417 hertz. And that automatically puts me to sleep. 417 hertz. I don't know, never studied it. I gave the blanket to a friend of mine. That's the frequency that I like. And I tried it and I go to sleep 417 hertz. And with that, I'm going to sign off. I promise this time, family, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for letting me share. I definitely appreciate you allowing me to share. And stay tuned because we're going to do tours from the eclipse with Baba Lester Loving. And I also will be doing simulcasting with Brother Eric. And he's got a slate of people that he wants to bring in to get us prepared for this energy. And with that, I'll sign off and I say